With all that crafting, you end up with a lot of paper scraps, and today I want to share an awesome card design for you to use up some of those scraps. Let's take a look at it. This card design is perfect for your long, narrow strips. The strips I'm going to be using in this example are 1 inch wide, but we are going to look at several other ways to do this with different sizes of strips and how to take this one design and make it look a lot of different ways. So what I've done, I've already run some tape over my card base here. Now, I only put adhesive on first when I am going to put my strips all on, so that there is no gap in between them. The samples I'll show you, some of them have gaps in between. So if you're going to leave gaps, you want to apply adhesive to the back of each strip right before you attach it. That way you don't end up with that adhesive in the gaps in between. So you can get different looks with this. As you can see here, I am covering up that cardstock completely behind it, but if you leave the gap in between, you can get a nice look with the white cardstock showing or any other color of cardstock showing behind it. With this, the 1 inch wide strips, this comes together pretty quickly and we fill up the space quickly. With your smaller strips, it will take a little bit more time. Now, this is a good time to mention this. If you ever end up with these tiny little bits right at the corners that are left, you can do two things. You can do what I'm doing here, and you can actually cover over those. Or what I have done in plenty of cases is just to put my card on my trimmer and to cut that little edge of the card off so it will be slightly smaller than a standard card base, but it can be a lot easier than trying to cover up a little tiny bit of the card with a little paper scrap. So after you get them all on, you can either lay this on a trimmer to cut off the excess, or you can do what I just did and cut it with your scissors. So here we have this fun pattern. Now let's go ahead and finish this one, and then I will bring in the other ones. You are definitely going to want to see these other ones. They are super cute. So you're going to notice the decorations that I have for these cards these are little ants. It's our little ant army. And here are 3 of them marching along. Have a greeting tag. We'll put this right up here. So super easy card with those paper scraps, but let's take a look at several ways you can use the same design, but change it up a little bit. First, let's bring in this one. So this one also uses 1 inch paper scraps, but as you can see, I left a border along the edge and I left those gaps in between so that that white cardstock shows underneath. I also started my design at the bottom instead of the top, so you get a little bit different look that way. Next, let's look at one I created with narrower strips, and these are all white. I end up with a lot of these white strips left over when I cut my mats for the insides of my cards and my card fronts. I end up with these 1/2 inch wide strips, and they make perfect strips to make pretty cards like this. So I started at the bottom and left that gap in between on this one as well. So are you taking note of these cute little bugs? I cut these from a paper pack called Cute as a Bug. This pack is full of adorable prints, and it actually coordinates with this Sweet Bugs stamp and die set. So I use the dies and I use the paper. Now I could have also created these adorable little guys using the stamp set, but I just pulled in the greetings from the stamp set for today's cards. But I wanted to show you those. And then last but not least, here is one that looks a bit different. So I changed up several things on this one. One, I turned my card at an angle, and the first piece I applied was, I believe, one of these right in here. So I applied one starting about here, coming out this direction. And then I turned it, I laid a square piece of cardstock on here to make sure I was bringing my other piece out at the right angle. And from there, I just continued on. I put one this way and one this way and one this way and one this way. And you can see I did not leave a gap in between on this one. So clearly I used some of my designer paper strips. I thought these were fun and bright and coordinated nicely with these cute little bugs. But so with this one, you can see what it looks like with designer paper and when I turned that at an angle. So after I finished up here, then I just reversed my pattern and finished it down here at the bottom as well. My question for you today is, how do you organize your paper scraps? Tell us in the comments below. I would love to hear, and I know other crafters would love to get ideas from you and from our crafting family. So share in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you sign up for my email updates so that you know when we have sales on our products, when I'm doing card classes in the mail, all kinds of other things that you're not going to hear about in my videos. Okay, what are we talking about today? Oh yeah, I see. I always have to make notes so I don't forget. Friend, I want you to think about something that you have done recently. Maybe today, maybe yesterday, last week, last month, anytime. Something you've done recently that you felt like you were having to stand against the crowd. That the crowd was doing one thing and you had to muster up that gumption to hold firm and not go along with the crowd. I don't know, is it harder not to go along with I feel like the world is just like going this way and like, I am not interested. And so as a parent, it's gotten really difficult to attempt to raise kids in a way that is not just going with the crowd and doing all the things that we're doing. But think about some of the things like, so if you can think of something you have done anytime recently, that you had to bring out that courage inside of you to stand up and do it. Maybe it was to not eat what everybody else was eating. Like we have a church gathering and like, I'm the one not eating, or I usually am now. I'm eating other foods besides my diet foods now, some, so I can go places and eat things. But whatever it is, if it's somebody not being nice to other people, or we're all speaking out on this topic and you're the one who begs to differ, whatever it is, I want to applaud you. I love to see people being courageous. I love it. I love to learn about people of courage. I don't really like to watch TV, very much TV. Angel Studios. I love Angel Studios. They make amazing movies and some other shows as well. Pure Flix, I watch some. I'm not really into the cheesy Hallmark type movies all the time. But what I have discovered is I love movies and books when I have time to read them based on true stories to learn about people of courage. I'm trying to think of a few of them right now. So Cabrini is one. Average Joe. Have you seen Average Joe? It's so good. Just watched one here not too long ago called Just Mercy, about a lawyer who chose to go work in the nonprofit world to get a bunch of inmates who'd been put on death row, many of them who were wrongly convicted, get them off of death row. That was a heavy one. It was heavy, but it was so good. I love to learn about people of courage. I know that you have it inside of you. And when we bring out our courage and let other people see us standing against the ways of this world and against what everyone else is doing, courage breeds courage. It does. When we see other people doing it, helps us to know that we can do courageous things as well. So the next time you're in one of those situations, I want you to know I'm back here cheering for you. I'm back here cheering you on to be courageous and to stand against what everybody else is doing in this world. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.